those good new habits we've been talking about. Now's the time to put them in place, cement them in place, so that they'll stay with you longer after you leave our school. All of the stuff we're learning here works on the streets. There's nothing that doesn't work. All right, drivers, cars in gear, parking brakes released. Let's work our way up to the track entrance. So Stacy, make sure your rev mashing is turned on. Make sure that number that shows the gear that you're in is yellow. And Don, make sure that you're in that manual mode so that those paddle shifters are activated. All right, so we're kind of worn out from a busy day here, so a little extra concentration is going to go a long way. So put thoughts of everything else out of your mind except the task at hand, and that's being precise and controlling the car accurately. So get that mindset going here, and we'll roll out onto the track and start looking for our apex there in turn 9. Look for our turning cone here on the left before we turn into the corner. Get to that cone, look down the straight, unwind out to the left side of the road, accelerate down the straightaway, and work your way up through the gears to 5th for Don and 4th for Stacy. All right, Don, looking ahead. We see that turning cone up there, so we know all of the things we need to do before we get there. So get the car slowing down, get the downshift done, and then drag the brakes lightly into the first part of the corner. Now back to light throttle, steady speed, and now accelerate until we get to this turning cone, and then gently back out of the throttle. Keep your speed steady through the corner. Come out to the middle of the road here, and now start accelerating and upshift to 5th for the auto and 4th for the manual. And then on the brakes, and both of you down 1 gear for turn 4. Or turn 3 here, into the apex. Now, light brakes. See how I'm carrying the brakes into the corner here, Don? And that helps the car turn and gets to that apex. So you missed the apex by a couple of feet there, so move the steering wheel more. All right, the car doesn't know where you want it to go. You've got to tell it. So we've got to move that steering wheel until we get our tires on that apex curve. Back down to 3rd gear here, turn 4 and 5. Look ahead here, get lined up with this curb on the right here, Don, and then slow the car down from one end to the other. Look out the left window down the straight. Now accelerate. Accelerate hard here and upshift to 4th gear, both of you along the straight. Good, nice firm pressure on the brakes here, Don. We slow the car down and then back to light brakes as we turn into the corner. Look for the turning cone up here on the left. Now accelerate for a moment and then drag the brakes lightly for each changing direction here in the S's. Get over to this turning cone, drag the brakes lightly, turn sharper. Now unwind and accelerate over to the left. Very nice, that looked good. Light brakes coming into turn 8. Look for that 2nd apex so we remember what we're going to do as we approach it. Steady corner, steady speed. Look down the left side of the road here for our turning cone, so we get the car slowed down, and at the turning cone, we change direction. Into the apex, look down the other end of the straight. Now roll into that throttle, push your foot to the floor. Let's have some fun here. Full throttle down the straight, upshifting to fifth for the unknown, fourth for the manual. Good, nice firm pressure on the brakes here, Doc. Down a gear for turn one, and then light brakes. Now look ahead for that turning cone for turn two, so we know where we're going to end our acceleration. Accelerate to this point, and then ease out of the throttle. Nice and smooth. Keep your speed steady in the corner. And now start accelerating hard. Full throttle again there, Don. Upshift to fifth. And then on the brakes, nice and firm, as we do our downshift near the end of the braking zone. Now let's turn the wheel a little bit more this time, Don. Drag the brakes, turn the wheel. Put your tires on the curb, just like I did there. There you go. Accelerate out to the left side here. And that way, we are able to accelerate down the hill, so gravity and the motor pull us out of that corner. All right, firm brakes here, back down the third. All right, left tires on the apex. Now look ahead for turn 5. Already look for this curve up here on the right so you can get over there smoothly and do your braking. Look down the straight as you come around the corner. All right, accelerate hard. At about 5,000 RPM, upshift to fourth. And then on the brake, firmly back down. Leaving fourth for the automatic. Stacy, you'll go back down to third. So looking ahead here, Don. Over, accelerate to the turning cone. And now look for the turning cone up here at the end of the S's. We want to get over next to that before we turn a little sharper to the right. Touch the curb, accelerate over to the left. Very nice. Yeah, you've got that down pretty good. All right, light brakes through into turn 8, then light throttle. Come out of the corner in the middle of the road here, go straight for a moment, and then down the left side, look for the turning cone. Make sure we get there before we turn. All right, into the apex, everything but the left tire over that curb and over to the outside of the track. All right, nicely done there, Don. I'm going to have you pull over to the right, please. Smoothly pull over to the right, slow it down. Stacy, accelerate down the straight here, come up behind the Camaro, and you'll tuck in behind there, Don. All right, Stacy, up to fourth gear, not already there. And then firm pressure on the brakes. Start your downshift right about there. Get the shift done and the clutch up, and then we get to the turning cone. All right, now squeeze on the throttle. Accelerate until we get to this turning cone on the left, and then gently ease back on the throttle. Just keep your speed steady through the corner. Now start rolling into that throttle. Push it all the way down. Upshift to fourth there, Stacy. And then firm pressure on the brakes. And near the end of the braking zone, start your downshift. So downshift now. Now keep your brakes lightly on as we come into this apex. Put your tires on that curb. Excellent. Now accelerate down the hill and out to the left as we look down towards turn 4. Very nice. The fourth for Stacy, and then back to the third for both of you for turn 4. Look ahead for turn 5. While we're still in turn 4, we're already looking up to turn 5 to find our curve here so we can get lined up for our braking area. Look around the corner. Now look down the straight. Unwind down and roll into that throttle. Full throttle there, Stacy. Foot to the floor, upshift to fourth. Excellent. All right, firm pressure on the brake. Look ahead now for our turning cone up here on the left, and we'll accelerate along the left side of the road, and then drag the brakes lightly for the right turn, and then drag the brakes lightly for the left turn. Get over to the turning cone and drag the brakes lightly as you turn sharper to the right. And now accelerate over to the left. There you go, very nice. Drag the brakes lightly into turn 8A, but look for that second apex. We need to see the whole corner. And we come out in the middle of the road, we go straight for a moment, and then down the left. Accelerate hard here, Stacy, working your way up to fourth gear and on up to fifth gear. Look at that, good run down the straight, Stacy. Now start firm braking, nice steady pressure, downshift to gear, and then drag the brakes into the corner, light throttle, and now start accelerating until we get to the turning cone here, and then gently ease out of the throttle, keep your speed steady in the corner. Now roll into the throttle, full throttle there, Stacy, upshift to fourth. Then we'll start our braking nice and early here. back down to third gear. Now you did a nice job on the apex last time. Turn in, get on the curb, look for that curve down there on the left at the bottom of the hill, sweep out next to that, and look down towards turn 4. Excellent, there you go. Up to 4th and back to 3rd on this straight for the manual. Back to 3rd for the auto for turn 4 and 5. All right, looking ahead here, Stacy. This is an important corner because it leads onto a straight. So get into the apex, look down the straight, start to unwind now, start squeezing on the throttle, accelerate so we make the straight as long as we can. And then brake firmly to slow the car down. And Stacy back to 3rd for turn 6. All right, look around the corner. Visualize getting ready for the S's because the only important corner up here in the S's is that last right-hander. So get over to the turning cone, and then we have a good shot of making this a good corner. Turn in tighter, accelerate away from the apex over to the left. Good. Now be patient in turning. Very patient. We can't gain any speed here because that's a turn. So we can't lose speed, so just be precise through there. Get in position, middle of the road. Now you're a little too far to the right there, Tracy, or Stacy. We want to come out of that corner in the middle of the road so we don't have such a tight angle to get into turn 9 there. Unwind out to the left. All right, good left. Stacy, over to the right if you would, please. And Don, come on by on the left. He'll tuck in behind him, Stacy, and off we go, Don. Work your way up to 5th gear. Alright, so visualize getting ready to accelerate out of turn 1 here. So we get the car turned, get to the apex, and then start unwinding and accelerating up to this turning cone. Good, then back to steady speed through turn 2. Just constant speed through the corner. And then we'll accelerate out of the corner and upshift. Get the car slowed down for turn 3. Get it under control. Now carry those brakes and turn the wheel enough to put your right tires on the curb, just like I'm doing here. Tires on the curb. Good. Now accelerate down the hill. That way gravity pulls us off the hill and gives us a good run. Nice. Over to the right here. Back down to 3rd for turn 4. Now look ahead for turn 5. Even before we're in turn 4, we're looking for 5 so we know where we're going next, because we don't have a lot of time to plan for turn 5. Look down the straight, unwind out to the right, roll into that throttle, accelerate full throttle there, Don, and upshift to 4th. Good, firm pressure on the brake. Leave it to 4th now that you're done, so you have the automatic. Light brakes in. Now look ahead for that turning cone up here on the left. And now look all the way through the S's and see all 4 cones. The last 2 are the important ones. Get in position for that last right-hand turn. Drag the brakes, turn a little sharper, and then accelerate out of turn 7. Nice. All right, be patient at 8. Now remember, we want to come out of turn 8 in the middle of the road so we can go straight for a moment before we turn left into turn 9. Oh, overshot the corner a little bit. We weren't really planning to go down the left side there all the way through turn 9. We want to have the car turned a little bit later so we can go down the left side immediately, because that way we can accelerate for a moment. All right, Stacy, I see you coming out there. Roll into that throttle, full throttle down the straight. Start looking for the turning cone down here. Same for you, Tom. Get all the information we need here. Get the car into the apex. Unwind and accelerate up to the turning cone for turn 2. We're going to slow the cars down here. We have a little incident down here. Stay on the line, keep your eyes up. We're just going to let them get this situation organized. All right, we're going to stay to the left here, so nice and slow here. We're going to stay to the left side of the track. There you go, Stacy. You can close up behind us here. We're just going to exit the track, let them get everything squared away, make sure there's no debris on the road. and then we'll resume our run. So even though we're going slow here, focus on what we're doing. Focus on where you're placing the car on the track. So anytime we're on the track, we're keeping our minds focused on the test. So turn at the turn-in code, get to the apexes. Just like we're going fast, we want to be precise. We want to practice what we want to do later when we're going quick. We don't want to just drive around. We want to be learning something each lap. So as we come around turn 7, turn signals on. We'll go down and wait on the paddock, get everything cleared up, and then we'll resume our run. Alright, just hang out in the car here. We'll talk briefly about some things. So we're doing pretty good out there. I think we're starting to think a little bit further ahead of the car. Our minds need to be out in front of the car so that we can have our plan in place before we get to that corner. So we want to see the turn-in cones, we want to see the apexes. But as we go by those cones, we don't want to stare at them. We should already be looking past them down the road to see what's coming up next. So trust that peripheral vision that we have to see the cones go by the car. You'll be aware of them. You'll know when that turn-in cone's next to your fender. You'll know when to turn in. You'll feel the apex curves if you've got that car positioned correctly. But we're more interested in what's coming up next. So we're looking past those things as we go by them.